Good morning, church, and welcome to Monday Morning Musings for January 23rd. My name's Dave, and I'm on the staff of Community Christian Church at Carillon. And I'm here to tell you that after much diligent research, I'm prepared to make a rather definitive theological statement. God doesn't make mistakes. Now, you probably already suspected that, but consider this. That means He never undoes anything that He has done. So when God is doing something that involves changes made over time, like, for example, the establishment of the nation of Israel, He has to accomplish that by adding to what He has done, not by changing it. And that might be difficult. Now, I understand the word difficult doesn't really apply to a being of infinite wisdom and power, but still, it does mean that God's revelation of Himself sometimes has to be done in stages, a step at a time, in a particular way. A prime example is God's explanation to His people of His own nature. Now, to individuals who are living in a world of polytheists, the first step is to understand that God is singular. One of the fundamental scriptures in Judaism is called the Shema. It's from the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 4, and it says, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord your God, the Lord is one." The Lord is one. This was a concept driven deeply into all of the children of Israel. But that's just the first step. And it isn't enough by itself, because God is not singular the way we generally understand singular. That idea is true, but it's not the whole picture. Because yes, God is one, but God is also three. That's the doctrine of the Trinity. One God, three persons, Father, Son, and Spirit. So God's revealing of Himself and His nature needed another step. And Jesus provided that step when He declared that He too was God. Not another God, still that same singular God. And that's when the Pharisees' heads exploded and it led to the crucifixion. But this is not God changing His mind or changing His story. This is God taking the next step in clarifying for us the indescribable. Indescribable because the fact is, human limitations make us incapable of understanding God the way God understands Himself. So to make Himself known to us, He has to work around our inability to perceive Him as He truly is. And the Trinity is God's explanation. And I suspect that the Trinity is not a perfectly accurate description of God as He knows Himself to be. It's just as close an understanding as we can handle. If we try to think of God as both singular and in some sense plural, we will understand Him as best we can and relate to Him as best we can. To tell you the truth, my guess is that even in heaven, we will not be able to comprehend God's true nature. I think that will remain forever beyond us. But fortunately, God doesn't require that we understand Him, just that we love Him and trust Him. God bless us all.